Hey guys, and welcome back. Today we're taking a step back and we're looking at the Avs season now that we're almost 2 months in. And honestly, there's not much to complain about, especially when you're sitting first in the league. The Avs have got off to a great start to the season, with a record of 18 wins, 1 regulation loss, and 6 overtime losses. The only struggle this team seems to have is the power play. Right now, Colorado sits 24th in the league for power play percentage, and unfortunately, this is not a new thing for this team. At multiple times in the season last year, the power play went dry, including during the playoffs against the Dallas Stars. During the playoffs last season, there was multiple times late in the third or early in overtime the Avs got a power play chance but just couldn't bury it against the Stars. This led to the firing of power play coach Ray Bennett. The Avs then hired Dave Haxall to replace him. With a power play percentage of only 16.3 to start the season, it seems like the Avs power play struggles continue with Haxall. And there's also a corresponding stat that has also dried up on the power play. Cale Makar does not have a power play goal in 28 straight regular season games. He also got none in the 7 games against Dallas, bringing the total to 35 games straight with no power play goal. It's been nearly 8 months since he scored on the power play. And I don't think any of this is on Cale. I think teams are just playing him a lot differently this season. It really seems like teams are trying to limit Cale's shot on the power play, which in turn that leads to less power play effectiveness overall. Limiting Cale's shot also means teams are limiting shots through traffic, tips, deflections, and rebounds. I'm not sure what the fix is to get more pucks through, but if the Avs are able to convert more on the power play, this team goes from elite to absolutely terrifying. And recently it has looked better. And that all came soon after Gabe Landeskog was bumped up to the first unit. Speaking of Landeskog, we should talk about his start to the season because it's been phenomenal to watch. First of all, remember we're talking a player that hasn't played in almost 3 years coming back to the NHL. His start to the season was a little sluggish, but has really picked up recently. I think we're almost to the point where we can say that the cap is back. The last 5 games, he has really looked like himself. Every shift, he's more and more noticeable. It looks like he has his confidence back. He's been more physical each game, as proof by what he did to the Minnesota Wild to tie that game. And it seems like his hands are catching back up to him. Oh, and that McKinnon-Landy connection? It never left. It just needed a little bit of a reboot. If this version of Landy continues, the Avs forward depth just got a lot deeper. Speaking of Avs forward depth, it looks like they finally found their solution at 2C. It took Nelson a little bit to get going, which is kind of scary considering the Avs start to the season, but recently he's been heating up. In the last 9 games, he has 5 goals and 6 assists. I have loved his addition to this team. It's always seemed like he's been in the right spot at the right time, but the puck would always hop off his stick or hop over his stick. I'm glad to see that the production is finally starting to catch up. And speaking of great additions to this team, about a year ago, GM Chris McFarland made a huge change to the Avs goalie tandem. This brought both Mackenzie Blackwood and Scott Wedgwood to the Avs. And this season, goaltending has been so much better. And it all started when Wedgwood stepped up and took the reins of this team because Blackwood was down for an injury. Right now, Wedgwood is sitting at a 13-1-3 record with a goals against average of 2.08 and a 920 save percentage. With his great start to the season, he's been added to the Team Canada roster, or at least the roster for consideration. Now, those are pretty good stats, but would you believe me if I told you Blackwood's was better? Blackwood has a 5-0-1 record with a goals against average of 1.98 and a 925 save percentage. Oh, he also had 2 of the 3 consecutive shutouts. Collectively, both these goalies have the Avs sitting at the top of the league for fewest goals against. Who knows, even Blackwood could end up in the Team Canada conversation. Oh, I guess we should also talk about this guy, Nathan MacKinnon. He has a league-leading 44 points in just 25 games, and he's already hit 20 goals on the season. This puts MacKinnon on pace for 65 goals and 144 points, both of which would be career highs. It's also kind of crazy that this story has just fallen by the wayside because this is just a new normal for Nathan MacKinnon, but it's still an absolutely crazy pace to be on. And maybe one of the even crazier parts of this team is that they're about to get some key players back from injury. Logan O'Connor has not yet played a game this season, but he's one of the Avs' best penalty killers. Val's been out of the lineup for a few weeks, and he's one of the Avs' best goal per game producers. Also, the rookie Brenly looked fantastic filling in for Val. Unfortunately, he got hurt 2 games later. By the sounds of it, they are close to returning, and each one that comes back just strengthens this Avs team. At this point, they're all playing so good, I don't know who you drop off the roster. And finally, the call-ups from the Colorado Eagles have been great. None of them have really looked out of place and have all rise to the occasion. Huge shout out to those guys.